Are you at work or at home?
No, I'm at work.
You're at work. Oh, so you are during your break.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. So how is work going?
Some days is good, but some days is really hard. So
Uh, what time do you start work?
2 o'clock.
Oh, 2 o'clock every day. And
Yeah.
what time do you leave work?
The stores close it at um I 11 p.m.
In
But
11?
18. I'm sorry, 10 p.m. But we need to put the things in the correct place. So we need to clean the store. So we go out. I think it may be something like 30 to midnight, 11 o'clock, something like that.
Wow. So you leave the mall at around 11:30?
11 or 11:30. More early, we usually go out at 10 and 40.
And 40.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's very late, Larissa.
Yes. I need to go out from my home at 11 a.m. Yeah.
Wow, my goodness. That's wow, incredible. So you spent a long time
Mm-hmm.
there
In
and also,
transport.
yeah. And do you have lunch time at work?
Yes, I have 1 hour. So, but don't have a specifically time. Is when my boss wants.
Oh, I see. Wow. So you don't have a specific time to have lunch.
Yeah.
Wow, that's hard. Yeah, my goodness. So let's go. Let's go. Let's have our class. I know you don't have a long break in the middle of the afternoon. And today, Larissa, we are doing a review of Unit 12. But you can always watch the videos because our classes are recorded. So if you missed the previous classes, you can watch the videos so you can get the contents, okay, Larissa, to study
Okay.
for our tests, okay? So today we are doing the review for our progress test 1. I posted here, Larissa, some worksheets to help you review the topics that we've seen from units 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So as you can see, it comprises 6 units. And then I just put here the most important topics, okay? And Mateus was here on Tuesday, by the way. Okay. And then we talked about the test and everything. So probably next week, let me see the dates here. Um, Next week on the 29th, we may have probably one more day of review because there are too many units to review. So we will probably have our tests on July 1st, July 6th, and then finally July 8th, because there are 3 tests. We have
Mm-hmm.
progress test 1, which is the written test. Then we have skills test. And finally on the 8th, we have the project
Mm-hmm.
presentation, which is also very simple because it's a PowerPoint or it can be a short video, nothing elaborate. about one of the lessons. Okay, you know that already. Okay, Larissa.
Okay.
So nothing big. So let me show you the topics. Okay, just a moment. Let me just pause sharing here. Let me try to open it here so I can show you. Okay, I found the PowerPoint finally. So let me just open PowerPoint. Okay, let me see. Let me just can you see the slide here?
Yes, I can.
Yes. Okay, good. So this slide, of course, has units 4 and 5, but what matters to us, first of all, is unit 6, okay, the final part. What matters to me, information questions. But let's move on from there, okay? I don't know if they will focus exactly on unit 6, so let's move on from there. We start here, okay? Exactly from unit 7. I think this is what counts for us from unit 7 on to unit 12. So the first topic that we really need to study is present perfect, simple, and continuous, and the passive voice. Okay, so the first topic is present perfect. Okay, this lesson, unit 7, was about passions and fashions. I don't know if you remember. Okay, unit 8 is about no fear. It talks about verb patterns, gerunds or infinitives. Okay, remember verbs that take a gerund and verbs that take infinitive. Okay, so that is the second topic. You can take a picture, you can get a screenshot if you want. It helps to guide your studies. The third topic is unit 9. It depends how you look at it. Conditionals. Remember that? The story of that boy, Billy. So, conditionals. Then we move on to unit 10, all things high tech. So we talked about noun phrases and compound nouns. So the most important thing here will be vocabulary, okay? Then we go to unit 11, modals of probability. So in this lesson, we talked about making deductions about the present, making deductions about the past, okay? So, oh, it might be, or it must be, or it can't be. And then making deductions about the past. Oh, it must have been, or it might have been, or It can't have been. Okay. And we also saw some phrasal verbs in this unit. Okay. And finally, unit 12, telling it like it is, it's about reporting verbs. Okay. How to report and how to tell what people said. So, reported speech. And then we saw some ways of speaking. So, some reporting verbs. Okay. Instead of just using say and tell, we also saw reporting verbs like confess, admit, okay, um, ask, okay. So this is basically what we are going to do in our test. These things or these topics are the ones that will be requested from us in our final test. Okay, so I will make sure I post this image for you guys somewhere. Okay, Google Classroom or WhatsApp to help you study. Okay, so let me try to go straight on to the exercises. Okay, just a second, Larissa. Let me just take you there. Just a moment. Let me just go there. Just minimize this here. Such a beautiful light in the sky now. It's amazing. From my living room, I can see this light from the sunset, and sometimes, depending on the day, the light is so bright. It's amazing. So I will show you some pieces of lessons from 7 to 12, okay? So we can kind of review the ideas of each topic that we've seen. Okay, Larissa? So let me try to, okay, the first topic is the present perfect. So let me show you that one, just for us to review and see if we have any questions. So the first one is this one here. The first one, as we are talking about the present perfect, can you see that image? Can you see this image
Yes,
here,
can.
this grammar spot? Okay. So the first one here is name the three tenses that we have in these examples. The first one, when we see there, she lives in Scotland. What tense is this?
Simple present.
Yes, good. Next one, she lived in Portugal for 3 years.
Simple past.
Good. The next one, she's lived in Scotland since 1993.
Mm, present perfect.
Yes, very good. Yes, good girl. Present perfect. Yes. And the next one, she's lived in England, Portugal, and Scotland.
Past continuous. Hey.
No. Yeah. Present perfect again.
Ah.
Yeah. So, present perfect is being used here. Oops. Present perfect is being used here and here. Okay? Why?
Mm-hmm.
Why in these two examples they are using the present perfect?
In the first, she's still living. So, but the next, the last, I don't know.
Very good. Here in the first one, she is still there. She's lived in Scotland since 1993. So we are talking about it's an unfinished action that started in 1993 and it's still unfinished. So she still lives in Scotland and she has been there since 1993. The second one, she's lived in England, Portugal, and Scotland. I'm just giving information about her experience in life. Okay. So she has been to England, she has been to Portugal, she has been to Scotland. These are the countries that she has lived in. I'm just giving information about her experience, about countries that she has lived in. It's not that she lives there. It's impossible for her to live in three countries at the same time. But I'm just saying that she has had experience living in England, Portugal, and Scotland. So this is not unfinished action. This is just life experience. So I use the present perfect to talk about unfinished situations or actions, and I also use the present perfect to talk about life experience. Okay,
Okay.
good. Now, which question asks about the activity? Which asks about the quantity? Let's see here.
How many is quantity? How long is time?
Yes, the activity. Yes. How long has she been writing books? So the first one, I'm asking about the activity. How long has she been writing books? So I just want to know about the activity, right? Asking about the time that she has been writing. So when I refer to the time, look what happens. I usually use the present perfect continuous. I emphasize the present perfect, okay? So when I emphasize the present perfect, I usually give this touch. I put the present perfect in the continuous form, okay? Instead of just using the present perfect, I put present perfect continuous, okay? So how long has she been writing books? I emphasize the activity, okay? Now here, I'm talking about the activity, okay? So that's the emphasis. Now here, I'm talking just about the quantity. So I'm not emphasizing the activity. I'm just asking about the quantity. So when quantity is my focus, so I don't really need to use the present perfect continuous. So this is very important, okay? I can use the present perfect simple. So how many has she written? Okay, present perfect simple. Okay, so this is a very good way to differentiate when should I use the present perfect simple, when should I use the present perfect continuous. All right, okay, now number 3, these sentences sound unnatural in the active. Make them passive. Find them in the text. So let's see. People have translated her books into 68 languages. How can we make them passive? We have to make them passive because they sound unnatural in the active voice the way they are, okay? So let's make them passive. Her books, let's make them passive. Let's put here, her books, present perfect, okay? So since it's going to be in the passive, I have to put like this, have been. Now I have to use the verb in the past participle. Have been translated into 68 languages, okay? I give more emphasis to the fact that her books have been translated in 68 languages. I don't need to put the name people. I don't need to include this information. I don't need to say that people have translated. I don't need to say the name of the agent, okay? But I just need to say that her books, because her books, they are the most important thing here, okay? So her books have been translated into 68 languages. This is what matters the most. Okay, Larissa. Next one. People have sold 500 million copies of her books. Is it really important to say that people have sold or that 500 million copies of her books have been sold? This is what really matters. Okay? So let's put it there. Let's put it this way. So, so 500 million copies of her books have been, okay? So as you can notice, Larissa, to make the passive voice using the present perfect, you just have to include been, all right? So 500 million copies of her books have been sold. That's it. You don't need to say by people. That's not necessary, okay? Next one. People have made all of the books into movies. You don't need to use this information. So just say, all of the books have been made into movies, okay? All of, imagine, all of the books she wrote, okay? All of the books have been made into movies. Okay, done. All of the books have been made into movies. Done. Okay, so we've transformed all the sentences here into passive voice. No problem. Okay, Larissa. All right.
Okay, teacher.
Perfect. So the only thing that we need to really worry is that we have to include the verb to be in the past participle so that we can make it passive and we eliminate the unnecessary information. Okay. Okay, so this first moment, we reviewed the most important part of Unit 7, the present perfect. Okie dokie. So let's take a picture or let's save this information. I think it's better to save. Okay, saved. Can I clear this? Yes? All right. Okie dokie. Now let me just open the next one from Unit 8. We close this. Let's go there. Let me just make it a little bigger. Unit 8 is about that lesson that talks about no fear. Remember those crazy young people who drove their parents crazy? They didn't fear anything. And we talked about verb patterns. So let me share the screen with you. Can you see that? Yes. So unit 8 was all about verb patterns. So let's do number 1. Match a pattern in A with a sentence from the emails in B. So verb plus ing. Here we have the example. He enjoyed swimming. So we know for a fact that when we have the verb enjoy, and we want to use another verb, we need to use ing. That is a fact. We can't change that. So I'm going to put this red because it's always like this. Enjoy always takes ing, okay? It doesn't matter if it's enjoy, enjoyed, have enjoyed, will enjoy, it enjoy in any tense, okay? Enjoy always takes another verb. If I want to use another verb after the verb enjoy, this second verb must have ing, period. Okay, that's the rule. Okay, enjoy is the verb that always takes ing. Next one, verb plus to. Which example here shows a case of a verb plus a to infinitive? The first one, okay? Look, the verb here is the verb need. So I need to warn you. Need is a verb. And here we have another verb. So two verbs together. And the second verb has to be infinitive with to. Okay? So here we have the rule. Need always takes a verb with to. I need to buy, I need to study, I need to sleep, I need to eat, I need to relax. Okay? It's never different. Okay? Now, let's see another thing. A verb that takes a subject, for example, somebody, someone, plus a to infinitive. The second one, Victor told us to throw meat. Okay, so let's underline that one. Let's put pink. So told us, look, to throw meat. So he told us to do it. So it's usually like this. Okay, he told us to. Okay, so verb plus somebody plus to, or infinitive. Okay, he told us to do it. Now second one, verb plus somebody plus infinitive without to. This is another pattern. It is an infinitive verb, but there is no to. The next one, make. So make them feel. So you will make them feel at home. All right. So let's put green here. Make them feel. This verb here is not infinitive with to. It's infinitive without to. Okay. So here, all right. I can say, for example, oh, she made me do it. She made me do it. Okay. And next one, adjective plus to. Which example is that? It's impossible to see the scar. It's impossible to see the scar. Okay, so it's an adjective that takes an infinitive. All right. So usually adjectives take infinitives. It's difficult to do. It's hard to understand. Okay, this is what happens when we use infinitives and then after that we use a verb. They usually take infinitive. Okay, so let's put this purple. Adjectives usually, if they have a verb after, they usually take infinitive. So, okay, look, impossible to see, right? And now, preposition plus ing. Let's see, which one takes a preposition and then after preposition, we have to use a verb with ing.
Thinking of staying.
Yes, thinking of staying. Very good. Thinking of, the preposition provoking. All the situation is this, of, okay? Thinking of staying. So of is a preposition. What happens if I use a verb? I have to put ing. So prepositions, they provoke that. They provoke a gerund. There is no way out. Okay? If there is a preposition and after the preposition you have a verb, you need to change the verb and put ing. Okay? All right? That's the way to do it. Okie dokie. Now, what is the difference in meaning between these sentences? Look at these two sentences. She remembered to email her mom, the first one. And then she remembered emailing her mom. She remembered to email her mom, and she remembered emailing her mom. You have two different complements to the verb remembered. The first complement here is infinitive, okay, to email. So let's put here, I'm going to put a pink complement. And the second complement is a gerund. Let me, yeah. Here, she remembered emailing. The same verb, remembered, remembered. So we can see that the verb remember can take infinitive or gerund. So some verbs have this peculiarity, but the meaning is different. What's the meaning here and what's the meaning here?
I don't know.
Ah, okay. So here, when I say she remembered to email her mom, I'm saying that she emailed her mom because she remembered. She didn't forget. She had a list of things to do. Okay, pay the bills, call her doctor to schedule an appointment, um, send an email to her mom, um, talk to her boss, so on and so forth. So she had a list of things to do. One of the things was email her mom, and she remembered. This is one of the things that she remembered to do. So this was a task, and a task that she performed. This is something she didn't forget. She remembered. So this is when you perform something you don't forget. In this case, it happened in the past. She did it. She didn't forget. She was effective. Okay? So she remembered to email her mom. Yes. Task performed. Now, the second one. She remembered emailing her mom. She remembered in the past when her mother was alive. Here the situation is like reminiscing. She's talking about a time when her mother was here. Unfortunately, her mother is not here anymore, and now she talks about her mother. She remembers emailing her mother like every week, sharing recipes. She remembered telling her mother how much she loved her mother. So here, the second example is not talking about a task, but talking about the things that she used to do when her mother was alive. Okay? So the second example, when I use remember plus ing, I'm talking about memory. I'm talking about the things we can remember from our memory. Okay, Larissa? So it's a different idea. Yes? Can you understand the difference?
Yes.
Okay. All right. The first one is something objective. The second is something subjective. Okay. Something emotional. All right. Okay. So this was Unit 8, verb patterns. Some verbs, they take a second verb in the infinitive form. Some verbs take a second verb in the gerund form. Okay. And I think at the time I sent you a list. You can check our page on Google Classroom to see that list of verbs that take infinitive and the verbs that take gerund. okay? And there is a small list of verbs that take both, like remember, for example, but they have different meanings, okay? All right, let me go to unit 8. No, unit 9. Yeah, this was unit 8. Let's go to unit 9. Okay, unit 9 talks about conditionals, right? So this was about that story of the boy who left home because he had a bad relationship with his family. Remember, Billy, Billy Elliot, I think. I don't remember his family name. But anyway, we saw the second conditional, the third conditional. Can you see that? So, second conditional sentences express an unreal situation about the present. Okay? So let's see. The first one. If I was in trouble, I would come to you for help. But I'm not in trouble. Okay? So here, let's see the verb tenses I used to talk about this hypothetical situation, okay, or unreal situation. Let me highlight this here. If I was in trouble, I'd come. I'd is just the abbreviation of I would. Okay, I'm not in trouble, and that's why I'm not coming to you for help. But if I was in trouble, I would come to you for help. Imagine, okay, in a situation that I was in trouble, if I was in trouble, there is this big if here, okay? If I was in trouble, I would come to you for help, but I'm not in trouble. That's why it's here in parentheses, okay? So the second conditional talks about unreal situation, okay, in the present or about the present, okay? Now the third conditional sentence expresses an unreal situation about the past. So this is a nice summary, okay? So let me change the color here. So third conditional, unreal situation about a situation in the past. Okay, guys, so unfortunately, the situation already happened, and I'm imagining a different scenario. I'm imagining, oh, if, okay, so let's see. If you'd told me about your problems, I'd have helped. So if you had told me, or if you abbreviate, you could say, oh, if you'd told me about your problems, you'd or I'd have helped, okay? Or I would have helped. So I like to say, the first time I use this example, I like to say the full form. So if you had told me about your problems, I would have helped, okay? So let's do it again. If you had told me about your problems, I would have helped. But you didn't tell me, so I didn't help. Okay, unfortunately, you didn't tell me, so I didn't help. Unfortunately. Okay, now let's try to say the abbreviated form or the contracted form. If you'd told me about your problems, I'd have helped. If you'd told me about your problems, I'd have helped. Okay? So you know that to form the third conditional, I need to have if plus the past perfect, auxiliary had plus past participle. Then the second part with would plus have plus past participle. Okay? And it's something totally unreal. I'm just making comments about a situation that unfortunately happened, but I'm imagining a different scenario. Oh, if you had told me, oh, I would have done something else. I would have tried something. I would have bought more beer. If you had told me there was a party, I would have bought more beer, or I would have bought a cake. Okay. So how do we form second and third conditional sentences? Okay, let's see the form. Second conditional, how do we form? Let's write here. So we put first if, okay, plus subject, okay, plus simple past. This is the first part. Or the second part, I can also change the order. That's okay. So the if part has to be in the simple past. Okay, that's mandatory. The other sentence will be with the modal verb. Okay, I would, so it has to be the subject. Okay, let's put there subject plus modal verb plus infinitive, okay, after the modal verb. All right, okay. Always like this. Can I change the modal? Is it flexible? Yes, I can put here instead of would, I can put could, okay? I can say, oh, if I was in trouble, I could come to you for help. Can I use might? Yes, I can. I can say, if I was in trouble, I might come to you for help. These are the possible ones, okay? All right, people. So it's always like that for the second conditional. Now, can I invert the position of these two sentences? Yes, I can say, I might come to you for help if I was in trouble. Or I could come to you for help if I was in trouble. Or I would come to you for help if I was in trouble. It's possible, okay? They are movable. Okay, these sentences are movable. I can't just mix the content of the sentences. I can't mix simple past with would or could. No, I can't mix the content of the sentence, but I can mix the position of the sentences. Okay, I can do like this. I can put this first and this second, but I can't mix the content, right? All right, good. Now let's see the third conditional. How do we form the third conditional? Okay. Oh, Larissa, before we continue, let me take a picture because I don't know if you may need to leave. I don't know how long you have. So let me just take a picture here. Okay, let me save the picture here.
I have 3 minutes
My
to
goodness.
left.
I had a feeling. I was like, take a picture. Because I know your break is not that long. Okay. Just the way it is, no problem. Just a second. And today is June 24th. Are there many people there, Larissa, buying things for June Fast? Or because in the past, people used to buy things for June Fast celebration. I don't know about now. Are people buying?
So have a lot of people looking for something to this party, just July party, but don't have anything like this in the store.
Oh, okay.
The focus is other events, but not in July party.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
incredible. Incredible. It's incredible because in the years past, people used to buy a lot these things like hats, costumes.
So I don't know why, but this year don't have nothing. Haven't. Oh, nothing.
There's nothing. There is nothing.
No, there is nothing.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Really unbelievable. Okay, let's see quickly the third conditional. So let's see the form. How do we form the third conditional? First, we have to start with if, okay? Then, of course, the subject, okay? Then after the subject, as we are talking about a situation in the past, then we have to use the auxiliary in the past. It has to be the past perfect, okay? So, had, but plus past participle, okay? So it's different from the second conditional. This is the first part. There you go. Now the second part. Subject, subject plus, then we have to use would, modal verb, plus have, plus past participle again. Past participle, okay? Past participle, which is the third column of the verb list, okay? Regular verbs, no problem, you just add ed. Just that. Here, I can change where you have would, I can also say could or might, okay? So here I can put could, or I can also put might, okay? It's possible.
And
So,
teacher, I need to go. Bye
oh, but
bye.
please take a picture
Yes,
before you,
I take a print.
okay, print screen because this is very important, okay?
Okay.
All
Bye
right,
bye.
Leticia, bye-bye. I will try to continue the lesson so that you can watch the rest of the video, okay? Bye-bye, Leticia. See you. Okay, guys, so this is the form of the second conditional and the third conditional. A very important. Let me save this so that I can send it over to you later. Okay, let me save this for you. So here you can say, for example, if you had told me about your problems, I would have helped. Or if you had told me about your problems, I could have helped. Or if you had told me about your problems, I might have helped. Okay, guys. So very interesting. Okay. So I'm going to clear here. I've already saved. So this was unit 9. Okay. So let me clear my drawings. All right, let's see here. Which two of these modal verbs express a possibility? So here we have, I would have helped you, I might have helped you, or I could have helped you. Of course, guys. Yes, might and could. Okay, I might have helped you, or I could have helped you. So these two here express a possibility. Now, number 3, look at these sentences. Pete shouldn't have stolen the money. Is this good advice? Did Pete steal the money? Yes, he did. He actually stole the money. And then I'm saying that he shouldn't have stolen the money. So I'm saying that this is not a good thing for him to do. When I say that he shouldn't have done something, I'm saying that was not a good idea. Okay? That's the meaning of shouldn't, right? It's the same when I say, for example, oh, you should drink more water. So I'm saying that water is good for you. You should drink more water. It's good for you. And then when I say you shouldn't drink beer, I'm saying that beer is not good for you. Now, when I say should with a verb in the present perfect, I'm talking about a past situation, right? For example, you should have called me yesterday. You should have called me. So I'm saying that you didn't call me, but you should have. You should have called me, but unfortunately you didn't. And here, he shouldn't have stolen the money. So unfortunately, he stole the money, but he shouldn't have. Okay? All right, people, you got it? Okie dokie, very good. So let's clear the annotations. Okay, now it's done. Now we are done with unit 9. All right, so next week, people, we finish this review. We will do units 10, 11, and 12. Okay, so it's already 6:13. Let me pause here and take you back to our page on Google Classroom. Okay, just a second. All right, people. So this is our page again on Google Classroom. Today we've done unit 7, 8, and 9. All right. Try to do the worksheets published here on this page. And then by doing this, you will practice. Here we have the third conditional sentences, right? The present perfect, And we also have something about the last lessons we saw, reporting verbs, past modal of deduction. So you can prepare for our review on Tuesday. Okay. I will make sure I will post some things for the things that we saw in Unit 8, which are verb patterns, and also Unit 9, second and third conditional. I just posted for the third, but I will post something for the second conditional. Okay, guys, so you can practice something about it too. All right. Unit 7 is here. Unit 7 is there. But I just have to put something here for Unit 8. Okay, and complete Unit 9. All right, guys. So thank you very much for coming. Thank you for watching this video. And I hope to see you here on Tuesday, okay, to finish this review. Bye-bye, guys. Take care. See you on Tuesday. Bye-bye.